Yeah, I pretty much been in
Yeah,
every
live on YouTube.
all the prisons in North Dakota. And we're live on YouTube. How you doing, partner? What you doing driving that fast in my county, boy? McDonald's is my kind of place. Burgers in your face. Pickles between your toes. French fries up your nose. And don't forget those delicious shakes that come from polluted lakes. McDonald's is my kind of place. Yeah. Mm. Don't forget to play the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And we're just waiting on Mr. Daly to tell us we're live on Face Della Book. Yep. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's a great day to be alive, sober, and free. Free from the jail cell, free from the trap trailer, and free from the horrors of addiction. 75, 35, soul.
Yeah, playing up on this on Facebook and the music's playing. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, you can turn it up.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Sober Talk. Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby. Man, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to be alive, sober, and free. Free from the trap trailer, free from the jail cell, and free from the horrors of addiction. But I want to give a special shout out to Tied for Second Sober Living and New Freedom Center. Beds are available. Just call 701-527-4000. Also, shout out to Prairie Recovery Center in Raleigh, North Dakota. Beds are available. Shout out to Resurrection Tattoo right here in Bismarck, North Dakota, where you can get hooked up and not effed up. Also, shout out to the House of Fade Barbershop. Shout out to Preferred Heating and Air, Serenity Bridge Sober Living, and Rez Recovery. But I got a special guest with me here today. I got my man Ron Zi. What's up, baby?
What's up?
How you doing, brother?
Good. Glad
You
to
having a
be
good
here.
day?
Yes, sir.
I see you bring your son along.
Anthony, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony. It's great that when life changes, everything changes. You know what I mean? So how long have you been sober, Ron?
Since December 8th of 2021.
Congratulations, my brother. Is that the longest?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, on behalf of Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, I got the fresh beanie for you. I also got the Sober Talk earrings. Shout out to Cutie Creations by Acosta. And I got you a fresh Tied for Second t-shirt. That's for you, brother.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Yep. I'm proud of you. So where are you from? Where were you born?
I was born in Fort Yates, North Dakota,
Okay.
on the Standing Rock Reservation.
hmm And how was it growing up for you? Did you have brothers and sisters, mom, dad?
Yeah. I had pretty big family. My mom and dad divorced when I was 4. Um, Altogether, I have 9 sisters and 3 brothers. 2 full sisters, Alice and Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
The rest are half, but I don't call them half.
Mm-hmm.
They're still my brother or sister. So
So I had a nice squad.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You have any spiritual life growing up?
yeah. My dad was Catholic. My mom was Episcopalian. They're both passed now, but yeah. So we would go to church Sundays with my mom. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
What about traditional ways?
Um, Not so much. Not until I got older, maybe 13, 14, I started learning more about it. But I didn't know anything about it
Hmm.
until then. So
How old when you first tried drugs or alcohol?
I was 13. Um, got drunk. First time I drank drugs. Um, 15
Okay.
marijuana.
Okay. They say that marijuana is the gateway drug.
Man, it was.
I say cigarettes.
Yeah, cigarettes were a big part of it too,
Yep. How was high school?
High school was fun.
Played in sports?
Yeah, yeah, basketball, cross country.
Okay. You were active.
Yes, yes, very active.
I played hooky.
I had that too. I played a lot of that. So,
um, did you travel any growing up?
just state to state, like North Dakota, South Dakota, but it was different schools in different places. So, like Fort Yates, went to school in Rapid City, South Dakota, McLaughlin, South Dakota,
Mhm.
Fort Yates, Bismarck, Fort Totten. So,
Okay. You did the grand tour.
yeah, yeah,
How old were you when you first went to jail?
14.
14?
Yeah,
For what?
breaking into a school.
Okay. Just went in there and hung out?
Man, drinking, bored.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stole a bunch of number two pencils.
yeah, yeah, dumb stuff.
Yeah. Um, did you graduate?
I dropped out my senior year, but I did get my GED after that.
Okay. So now you're in your 20s.
Yeah.
What was your big outlook on life? Did you have any?
Um, I didn't have a big outlook at right away. I was just doing small jobs here and there, construction, firefighting. And I was 19, 20 years old, and
What were you doing firefighting at?
for the res,
Okay.
standing rock,
You ever had to put a fire out?
we dug line for a fire, but not actually like a structure fire,
Yeah.
but like grassland, woodland fires.
Yeah. Calling all cars. Calling all cars.
Yeah.
And how old are you now, Ron?
How's my look? Now I'm 46, man.
Okay. I'm 42. I'll be
Yeah,
43 this year.
yeah.
I mean, you look great.
Thanks, man.
Preserved.
Yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like they put you in a mason jar and just lock
yeah.
the seal tight in it. Um, well, that's amazing. Uh, what about your late 20s?
Well, let's back up to early 20s. Got introduced to dope, methamphetamine, and
See, back where I'm from, we call dope heroin.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And then I got up here and it was like, yeah, that dope. And I was like, that don't look like the dope I know.
yeah. So got introduced to it and fell off quick. I mean, went straight to the highway, interstate fast from smoking it to shooting it. So
Yeah. Yeah, they say once the snake bites you, it takes a long time to get it off you.
yeah, yeah, that's for sure.
You know what I mean? Um, do you think meth is the devil?
It makes you do stuff that you wouldn't normally do.
Yeah, like
So
steal hubcaps.
I never, I still rims. No, I can't. But yeah, it takes you to out of character, everything. So
Hmm.
I was stuck in that cycle for let's say 20 years, man.
How many times you been to prison?
One, two, three, three, four.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Different prisons or the same one?
state, federal.
How
That's
how was the federal?
the one I went to. It was low in Fort City, Arkansas. It was big, but it was all right.
Okay.
Nothing compared to the state pen here in North Dakota.
Hmm. And at any time when you were in those facilities, did you ever think about, damn, I need to change my life?
No, I had thoughts of that, but when I was getting out, I was never thinking of I need to change or just like what can I do now to keep making money or keep this lifestyle going.
Hmm.
No treatment or nothing. So
Hmm.
that was my mindset.
Did you get high in prison or you stayed sober?
I stayed sober.
And did you plan to stay sober when you got out?
I planned it, but it doesn't always work out.
So at what point did you plan shift when you got out, and how long did it take?
Um, I'd always have a job, um, working for a little while, and it's just hanging out with the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
Pills were big. Started doing pills, and then I got back into meth.
Yeah, pills and meth.
Yeah, took over again.
Yeah,
So got in trouble, went back in probation revocation. So um, again, no treatment. So
yep,
can continue a cycle.
right. So what was you think one of the darkest points of your life?
Um, I think losing one of my parents. Um, my dad went first.
When did that happen?
Um, 2017.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. I was taking care of him,
Mm-hmm.
but I was high.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was gone. I was up here in Bismarck. My sister was there too. She was like, "Hey, bro, you need to get back here right away."
Mm-hmm.
Back there, and my dad died right outside of his bed. So,
Okay.
but I was high the whole time.
Right.
Try to play it off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stand firm for the family.
yeah. My dad has 9 kids. I'm his only son.
Right.
So,
So that was some of the darkest times.
yeah,
Did you even go harder from mourning from that?
I didn't. I guess I didn't grieve properly.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed numb, um, all the way until this past time when feds were knocking on my door.
Okay.
So, um,
Well, they just showed up and was like, "We're here to get you."
yeah,
They had been watching you.
yeah. A couple years they were watching,
Mm-hmm.
just different possession charges on the res, just everything added up. 2 years of investigation.
Right. And how long did you do in the feds?
Um, I got I sat 17 months in county before I got on pretrial. Got on a pretrial, went to treatment
Where at?
in Phoenix, Arizona.
How was that?
It was good, man. It
That
was
was your first treatment?
first really in-depth treatment.
Okay.
Treatment that I wanted to learn why I was the way I was.
Mm-hmm.
What ticked inside my brain to make me use and drink.
Mm-hmm.
But why? So deep, the core of everything.
Right.
My traumas, everything. I wanted to find out why.
Mm-hmm. Did you find out?
Yeah, yeah.
What you found out?
I had a lot of traumas, a lot of resentments, a lot of unresolved stuff I didn't deal with. Um, Worked a 12-step program, um, released all that stuff,
Mm.
especially working with in the facility that I was working with, it was native based, so they touched on areas with like having a sweat, talking circle, just different programs
Mm-hmm.
that really. I was like, I wanted to be like a sponge for the program that they were having, soak up everything I have, everything
Right.
that they did. So when I get back up here to North Dakota, or back into my family, or back to wherever I'm going, I can apply that and become a better person.
Mm. How long were you there?
6 months.
So you got clean, and then you learned some stuff.
Yeah.
Started deal with that old trauma.
Yep. Yep. Dealt with the old trauma.
Then what happened?
Um, my time was up down there 6 months, so got hold of one of my friends who I knew from a long time. Did time together. Shane Bloom, Blessed Builders.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Blessed Builders in the Blooms. Shout out to Betty.
So Shane said, "Yeah, bro, we'll take you." Came up to sober living. Um, got on my feet, got a job. Still have the same job.
Mm-hmm.
Got my driver's license back. That was a big thing for me. I didn't have my driver's license because child support took it away. Been paying on my child support. Got a car
Mm-hmm.
after I got on my feet. Um, I said, "Hey man, I think I'm ready to go home."
How long were you there?
9 months.
Okay. 9 months. You was a newborn. You
Yeah,
were reborn, but newborn.
yeah, yeah. So Shane is like, "If you're ready to go, man, that's up to you.
Right.
Yeah." So I figured I was ready to go. Um, so I moved home,
Mm-hmm.
moved back to Fort Yates.
Okay. And what happened?
Um, Still working my 12-step program. Um, Going to meetings regularly. Still have my same job.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the commute back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as I used to. I'm kind of staying up here in Bismarck now.
This the same job you got now?
Yep, same job.
So you've been rocking that one for a while now, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
They about to give you the 5-year watch.
Shit, I wish maybe 5-year tires, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
But that's what's up. Like so when I first got in recovery, I started working at Jiffy Lube
Yeah.
and I hated it. You know what I mean? Because I'm making $10 an hour. And then when you get your check after 2 weeks, everybody wants their money, child
Yeah.
supports and stuff. And I was like, man, and y'all yelling at me too? I burn this down to the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it humbled me.
Yeah.
And I stayed at that job 3.5 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then God moved me on. But if it works, it works. You know what I mean? Um, you seen a lot of people come and go.
At work or what do you
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, work, sober living. Yeah, but when they're ready, they'll pick it out.
Hmm.
You know, it's up to that person.
When did you start to get your kids back in life?
Um, when I moved back home,
Okay.
I've always had a relationship with most of them. But with Anthony, it just got renewed. I met him this past December,
Hmm.
and strengthening that bond.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah,
Hey.
my kids always been a part of my life. Even though I was in my addiction. I still try to be somewhat of a dad.
Hmm.
So
That's what's up. Yeah, I can relate to that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So so how do you stay sober on a daily basis?
Um, Prayer, meditation in the mornings. Like I said before, a 12-step program.
Mhm.
Having a sponsor.
Have
Um,
you had the same sponsor
yep, yep,
the whole time?
yep, yep,
Me too.
yeah.
Yep.
Keeps me on my toes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And so I'm guessing you've been through the steps a couple times.
yep, yep.
Yep. Do you sponsor men now?
I almost had a sponsee, I guess. He never called me.
Yep.
So I'm trying to hit the rooms and look for some newcomers,
Right.
put my name out there that, everyone wants to sponsor. I could sponsor somebody.
Hmm.
Um, well, yeah, no sponsees yet.
Okay. Yeah, they come and go.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Uh, well, I'm pretty sure when it's time's right, God's gonna put the right one in your life.
yeah.
So how's your life now?
Can't complain, man. I can't complain. Relationship with my kids. First of all, we got a relationship with my higher power,
Right.
with the Creator. He had me on this path that I'm blessed to be on.
Hmm.
Without him in my life, I'd probably be back out there, doing dumb stuff again. So um, without Creator, I need Creator in my life first, so I can guide me to whatever I'm going through.
Hmm.
Like even praying about this before we had this talk here from the top, right? For words to come out and to help me.
Right.
Maybe it might touch somebody out there, to turn their life around. But how I'm staying sober is having God first, creating God first, and then having a 12-step program to keep me in line.
Hmm.
Having my kids in my life, having a job, paying bills, doing all that stuff. I can do that now. I'm sober. Had I not been, I'd be still running amok out there. So
Hmm. Running in circles
yeah,
and ended up with nothing.
yeah,
I know the feeling.
yeah, yeah.
Um, tell the people out there listening what a sponsor is.
Sponsor is someone that's been through the steps, been through the book, um, and willing to help guide a person to to get through a 12-step program. Um, they've been there before, they've done it, um, and just to help them with daily um, problems, situations. For instance, for me, if I have a situation I'm not really sure about, I call or text my sponsor, and somehow he has the answer. I don't know, but he's got it. So, um, yeah, having a sponsor is something I need in my life.
Right. Um, when did you start speaking?
I started speaking at events this past summer.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Reds. Um,
Mm-hmm.
first one was in McLaughlin, South Dakota,
Mm-hmm.
and so from there I spoke at 5 different events now. So
Okay. And what is Rez Recovery?
man, Red Recovery is a group of people sharing their experience, strength, and hope um, in different communities and different reservations to inspire someone to get sober who may be on the fence of either sobering up or wanting to sober up. So people sharing their stories that maybe the listener can relate to help them sober up. Um, so different events we're having on different communities. Res Recovery is a group of people that share their stories, just like what I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's our community is growing bigger, um, getting the word out there. Facebook page is getting bigger, so you know,
What do you think is important about telling your story?
um, I think my story has some importance to it because it's everyone thinks that their own situation is unique until they hear someone else's story or someone else or what they went through, and so they won't feel like, well, this I can't be the only person that this ever happened to, and you find out that the next addict or alcoholic could have the same story, and that could help that person to get through, push through to sobering up or getting help.
What's something you do now on the regular that you're connected to creator? You walking the red road, you working the steps. Uh, something that you love to do now that you never used to do when you wasn't sober.
Um, Messaging my kids
Yeah.
every day. Message my kids.
Hmm.
Good morning, have a good day. I love you.
Right.
Because we're not promised tomorrow. So we gotta live for today. I don't carry any hate in my heart. I'm not bitter towards anybody. But yeah, so having a relationship with my kids is key for me
Hmm.
because I don't want them to go down the path I went down.
Hmm.
My path don't lead nowhere. I want them to be something better than I was.
Hmm.
Um, so encouraging that, educating them.
Have you been married before?
No, man, no.
Me either. I'm getting married in August.
Man, congratulations,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yep. I'm 42 now, so I figured I'd get her done.
yeah, yeah. Tie that knot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Put the Kango on the shelf. Uh, any hidden talents that people don't know about Ron? You can sing, you can play an instrument, you can jump really high,
Um,
you can hold a free throw record.
I
Mhm.
did one time in the fifth grade.
Yeah.
Most free throws, yeah. I could play ball. I like to work on vehicles. I used to bead a lot. I don't bead anymore.
Hmm.
I think I mastered that, so I retired.
Hmm.
Um,
Like medallions and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, that's about it, man. I guess a jack of all trades, a master of none. So
Right.
yeah,
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
yeah,
Yep. Great man.
yeah, yeah.
um, if you was on death row and it was your last meal, what would it be?
Um, Fried potatoes, chili, fry bread,
Hmm.
bojapi.
What is that?
Bojapi is like a blueberry pudding
Okay.
that natives eat with fried bread, whatever, and Dr. Pepper
Mm. In the can or in the bottle?
can. It's gotta have that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Past the ice wall.
Yeah. I mean, you better button up, buddy.
I want to see what else. I want to see what it's out there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sometimes you go looking too far and you find something you don't want to find.
yeah.
Uh, what is your favorite season?
Ooh. Uh, Jodobas
Seasoning?
season.
Yeah.
No. I like fall.
The fall?
Yeah, sweater weather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it any typical place you like to go in the fall?
I like to be out at my place. Um, I live out rural Fort Yates, out in the
Mm-hmm.
country, last house on the road,
Mm-hmm.
down by the river.
Mm-hmm.
Peaceful.
You
Yeah.
go fishing?
No,
Okay.
no.
Just out there just watching the trees blow and stuff.
There's eagle's nest down there. I got all kinds of wildlife, deer, raccoons, skunks,
Yeah.
porcupine, whatever.
Your friends.
Yeah, yeah,
Ain't not, just nature.
yeah.
Um, have you been to any sobriety campouts?
No, not yet.
Okay. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, I've seen some coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, but I haven't yet.
Yep. And a retreat every Labor Day weekend in the Black Hills in South
Yeah,
Dakota.
yeah. You guys were down there.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
pretty amazing, bro. The Black Hills is magical.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it be calling my soul. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yep. How do you deal with your kids getting older and worrying about them doing drugs, alcohol? Like, do you worry about it? Do you pray about it? Do you talk to them?
Yeah, especially with fentanyl.
Hmm.
Fentanyl is I've never done fentanyl, but I'm worried about that. I've seen it made its way to vapes now,
Yeah.
and um, I'm just I carry Narcan around in my ride just
Hmm.
in case,
Hmm.
Um,
But Norcran is everywhere now.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm really fearful for them to be on anything to. Yeah, I that's a scary subject.
Yep. And that's why, like, with my son at a young age, I start bringing him to meetings and bringing him where I go, and letting him see and telling him, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you don't want to go through that.
yeah,
But I made my best decisions on alcohol. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I'd probably be dead right now because I get drunk 30 minutes later, Brother Brandon want drugs.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Same, yeah,
I'd be like, give me two.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Man, I lost so many friends in the last couple of years. It's crazy. You know
yeah,
what I mean? People I personally knew. And every year it happens. And then it's out the blue. It's like somebody you didn't even expect. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, she was having a bad day or something.
yeah, man. It's a lot of, especially with the drug, man. Fentanyl, it's taking wiping out a whole generation, man. So
Right. Have you ever thought about being a peer support specialist?
I am state certified.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you do it?
I applied at certain different places. I waiting to hear back. So
Okay.
yeah,
So it's something you want to do kind of on the side.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Uh, when's the next Res Recovery event?
Um, the last today and next week they were scheduled for 48 and Wakpala or Little Eagle, but they got postponed.
Hmm.
So flyers to come out
Hmm.
on those new dates. So it'll be happening soon.
I know I went to one y'all had a couple weeks ago in Porcupine.
Yeah,
I was like, man, I'm just driving. I don't even know where it's at. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's way out there.
Yeah, we found it though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But that's great that things like that are happening. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because it wasn't nothing down there, Standing Rock. You know what I mean? Or Cheyenne River, all that. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean, I ain't heard of anything until last year.
yeah. So yeah, now we have a meeting every day of the week in on Standing Rock. So that's something new, you know. Sometimes there's two meetings a day in
Mhm.
48s, but meetings every day now.
Or y'all seeing people go to them?
Yeah, yeah. They just started a new meeting in Cannonball on Tuesdays,
Okay,
so that's something new.
right. What do you think is one of the things that is harming the community down there?
Um, Alcohol, um, two bars in 48s. Alcohol has been the number one killer of our people for a long time,
Hmm.
you know. And then the drugs on top of that, you know. But I think the number one killer for our people is alcohol.
Hmm.
So
Yep. And then the alcohol can have you doing other stuff.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Not thinking straight.
yeah.
Um, was that casino always there?
Uh, no, I think it popped up in the mid '90s. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it like a big deal?
Um, At the time, yeah, I think it still is.
Mm-hmm.
Making money, Travis pulling the money. I guess I don't know the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's politics, so I don't know.
You ever did a Sundance?
I attended one this past year down in Pine Ridge.
Okay, how was that?
It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Right.
Yeah.
And Pine Ridge, I heard, is even worse down there.
You can't judge a book by its cover. There's goods and bads on both sides
Right.
of every res. So
Right.
can't just focus on the negative. There's good stuff that
Do you
happens.
go to Sweat often?
I haven't.
I seen you at church,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
I know you go to church.
yeah.
Shout
Um,
out to Evangel.
yeah. But yeah, we Res Recovery, they do post sweat lodges that goes on in Fort Yates. So
Okay. Yeah, I've been to On the Hill and seen the Sundance,
mhm,
and I've sweated on that hill before too when I first got sober.
yeah.
But I've been to a lot of sweats in the last 7.5 years. You know what I mean? I said I go to church with my church friends, sweating ceremony with my native friends, and meditation and yoga with my hippie weirdo friends. You know what I mean? Whatever's works. But I got a lot of rascal in me, so I need
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I stay busy. Um, do you volunteer anywhere else, like in the community?
Um, I guess one events pop up, I'll volunteer there. But other than that, my days are pretty busy with work.
Mm-hmm.
It was with the commute, but now it's just after work. Try to hit a meeting,
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 times a week if I can.
Mm-hmm.
If not online, there is online meetings too. If you need to hit a meeting. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Lots of them.
yeah,
I remember when COVID hit, it was Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. You know what I mean? And I was glad when the real meetings, because I'm a hand and foot type person.
yeah,
I like being,
yeah,
I like being. I can feel your spirit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But what's something you plan on doing in the future?
Um, so a 5-year goal I have for me myself is to remodel my house, get that up and going. Have my son with my kids want to move back with me. I told them they can move back.
Mhm.
5-year goal, maybe school.
Mhm.
Um,
What about marry?
that's a possibility too.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it is a
yeah.
possibility. You know?
I mean, I met a good woman. So
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's a possibility.
What's the last place you've been on a date?
Um, well, we've been on several dates, but Valentine's Day, we went to go eat, went to a movie and hung out.
Yeah,
So it was typical the average date, but it was good. You
with
know.
two over average people.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
that's what's up, brother. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
You got any shout outs?
Um, Shout out to Hope and Healing down in Arizona. My sponsor Steve. Shout out to Shane Blessed Builders. My family, my kids. My special lady. She knows who she is. And everyone out there who's trying to better themselves. It's uh, it's it gets easier, but at first, you know, my one thing for me was my pride and ego got in the way. Um, Once I let those down, it was easier for me to ask for help and be of service. Helping out, doing stuff. It gets easier, I should say. So,
And so, if anybody out there listening right now that's struggling, they either in sober living, not in sober living, on Fort Yates, Standing Rock, they just got out of prison, they thinking about being sober, thinking about not being sober. If you had any wise words, what would you tell them?
um, try, try, ask for help. If you're on the fence about sobering up, just think of the people, your family who is also hurting with you. My family, I didn't know I was so selfish in my addiction. I didn't think that I was hurting anybody, but I was hurting myself and them.
Hmm.
But I had some good family that stuck by my side, even though I thought I burned bridges with them, but reality, I didn't. I got the trust back. I'm a better brother. I'm a better uncle, a better dad, and first, I'm better for myself, so I can be a better person for all those other people. So
Mhm.
it's uh, it's like a ripple effect. Fix yourself first, and it's gonna show. So,
Right. Well, I'm proud of you, brother.
thanks, brother.
Well, I want to thank you for coming and shedding some light.
Yes, sir.
Rez Recovery, my man Ron Z. You know what I mean? Straight out of Fort Yates. Um, Miracles do happen.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
And life sure does get better when you put in the work.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and only more to come. Well, I bless you and your family, brother, all your kids.
Thank
You know what I mean? That great things continue to happen, and that being sober, you can be a great man and a great leader.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in to Sober Talk. Shout out to Ron and everybody in Rez Recovery and everybody in recovery. But I want to give a special shout out to Preferred Heating and Air, Hope's Landing Sober Living, and Dickinson, North Dakota. Tied for second Sober Living in Bismarck, New Freedom Center, Prairie Recovery Center, the House of Fade, Resurrection Tattoo, Serenity Bridge, Sober Living, and Treasures of the Sea and Earth. But tune in next week. We're gonna have another great guest. And if you can't stay sober, catch an Uber. And in the words of my great grand sponsor, Jack Knight, if nobody told you yet today, we love you, baby. Peace and chicken grease.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun.
Yeah.
It's the weekend.